I bet you've been eyeing that shiny Rolex in the window of the jewelry store, haven't you? But let me guess, the price tag is as dazzling as the watch itself, and not in a good way, right? Well, I've got some good news for you. You can get that Rolex on your wrist without selling a kidney. No, I'm not suggesting anything illegal. I'm talking about pre-owned Rolex watches. Now, before you turn your nose up at the idea, stick around and you might just find yourself hunting for a pre-owned Rolex after this. First off, let's chat about options. You know how you go to a restaurant and there are only 3 items on the menu and you're like, well, this is a bit restrictive. Shopping for a new Rolex can feel like that. But guess what? The pre-owned Rolex market is like a buffet. You have everything from discontinued watches, rare pieces, vintage models, basically Rolexes from every year, model or design style that Rolex has made. It's like having the freedom to order pizza, pasta and a cheeseburger all at once, without indigestion afterwards, of course. Now let's talk convenience. Have you ever tried buying a new Rolex? It's like trying to get the latest iPhone on launch day. You got to queue, fight off other desperate Rolex wannabe owners, and pray that the model you want is still available by the time you reach the front of the line. Or you can just sit back, sip your coffee, and browse pre-owned Rolexes online in your PJs. I know what I choose, and it's not standing in line for hours. But perhaps the best part is you can save a chunk of change. You know how you drive a new car out of the dealership and it instantly loses value? Same thing with new luxury watches. But if you buy a pre-owned Rolex, the previous owner took that hit for you. Thank you, kind stranger. The watch costs less now, so you could save a decent chunk of money. Now, I bet you're wondering, but what if I want to part ways with my watch down the line? Am I destined to lose money? The answer is a resounding no. Just like a classic car, if you keep your pre-owned watch in tip-top condition, you could even turn a profit when you decide to sell. And here's a little secret. Some pre-owned Rolex watches have appreciated over time, making them a surprisingly sound investment. Take the Rolex Submariner reference 16610LV, fondly referred to as the Kermit. This unique piece, with its striking green bezel and black dial, was introduced in 2003 to commemorate the Submariner line's 50th anniversary. It was retired in 2010, replaced by the Hulk, which sports a green bezel and dial. Now, the Kermit is a hot item among collectors, fetching prices of over $20,000 on the secondary market, more than double its original retail price of around $8,000. Another head-turner is the Rolex Explorer 2 reference 1655, also known as the Steve McQueen or the Fraccione. Produced from 1971 to 1985, this watch wasn't an immediate hit. In fact, it was often sold at a discount. But with its unique orange 24-hour hand, fixed steel bezel with 24-hour markings, and an endorsement from actors Steve McQueen and explorer Reinhold Messner, this watch has become an iconic vintage Rolex. Today is considered a rare gem and can sell for over $40,000 on the secondary market, vastly surpassing its original retail price of around $1,000. So whether you're buying pre-owned for the story, the style, or the potential appreciation, remember, you're not just buying a watch, you're investing in a piece of history. Which brings me to my next point. Some pre-owned Rolex watches can actually increase in value. It's like the stock market, but a lot prettier to look at. Certain models become more popular, get discontinued, or are just plain hard to find, making them more valuable. It's like finding a shiny Charizard in your old Pokemon card collection. Jackpot! Here's the tea. Used Rolex watches can sometimes sell for more than new ones. Take the Rolex Daytona as an example. Brand spanking new, it costs around $14,800. But once it's been around the block a bit, it can sell for over $38,000. That's right, more than double the original price. But hold on to your monocles, because there's more. The Rolex GMT Master 2 reference 16710, introduced in 1989 as a successor to the slimmer case reference 16760, was the last reference with an aluminium bezel. The previous model, the 16760, known as Fat Lady, sold for $1,625 in 1986, which with inflation would be about $3,465 today. By 2004, the price of the latter reference 16710 had climbed to $4,250. Now, the reference 16710, aka Pepsi, sells for over $20,000. That's a price increase that would make even a Wall Street trader blush. Who knew that time really does equal money? And don't worry about the watch giving up on you anytime soon. Rolex watches are known for their quality and durability. Even a pre-owned Rolex can last as long as a new one, so you might be passing it on as a family heirloom someday. And let's be honest, that's just a cool story to tell your grandkids. Another cool thing is that every pre-owned Rolex comes with a story. It's like buying a piece of history. You're not just getting a watch, you're getting the stories, the memories, the tiny marks that tell the tale of its previous owner. It's like getting a time machine, only without the danger of accidentally changing history. So I can already hear you saying, "Enough talk, show me some real examples." Well, I have a couple of stunning pieces to present to you from our reliable friends at Watches of Wales. First up, we have the Rolex Datejust 69174, priced at a tidy $6,100. This elegant piece comes with a silver Jubilee diamond dial and an 18-karat white gold fluted bezel, sure to make you shine. It was previously owned by a renowned Hollywood starlet who graced numerous red carpet events and movie premieres with this watch on her wrist. Perhaps her star power and glamorous aura might just transfer to you. If you're prepared to stretch your budget a bit further, consider the Rolex Datejust 69173, available for $7,000. This watch features a captivating factory white mother-of-pearl Roman numeral dial and a diamond emerald bezel, certain to make you feel like royalty. Its previous owner was a successful entrepreneur who viewed it as his lucky charm when it came to closing lucrative deals and accumulating wealth. Maybe his business acumen and prosperity will rub off on you. Both watches come complete with papers, and the second one even includes a box from Watches of Wales. It's like getting a Christmas gift, only a bit pricier and much more dazzling. Now, you may have noticed that the prices of these pre-owned watches haven't inflated too much. While that's true, many people find the unique backstory of pre-owned watches incredibly appealing. The history, the previous owners, and the stories these watches carry often hold more value to some than the watch itself. Therefore, despite the modest price increase, people opt for pre-owned watches, cherishing the connection to the past and the narratives these timepieces hold. Think about it. You wouldn't buy a vintage car and slap on a new engine, would you? Heck no. It's the same with watches. Those original parts are like the rings of a tree, telling the story of the watch's journey. And now you're part of that journey too. So get ready to make some memories and add your own chapters to your watch's story. Remember, folks, these are just examples. The pre-owned Rolex market is a treasure trove of models, prices, and conditions. It's like a yard sale, but with much less junk and more luxury. So before you break your piggy bank and get that brand new Rolex, consider a pre-owned one. It's like choosing between a brand new car and a classic vintage ride. Both have their charm, but one definitely has more stories to tell.